Alright, so real quick I'm going to cover how to copy and paste hex from one file to another and make your life a little bit easier. So first of all, in our lab, we've been told to use, like, it's suggested that you use hexedit. So CD to the desktop here. If you use hexedit, one of the problems with it is that you can't actually copy and paste between files. So the support for copy and paste is only within that file. So if I go to, pick original here, right? So here's, if I do this, so here's my first 54 bytes right there. I could, for example, I could do escape W, and that would copy. And then if I find another spot I want to paste it, I could then do Control Y, and it would paste just like that, no problem. But it's not going to do that between two different instances of hexedit. So if I open up another instance here, I'll drag it over here. If I open up another instance and I go to the desktop, and then I hexedit, and let's do the ECB there. And if I try to paste, so I do Control Y, it says nothing to paste. So that can be that can definitely be frustrating. So I've got a workaround for you, and in fact I think you'll like it a lot better because it's not based on the command line as much. Sometimes the command line can be a real pain when you're trying to do something that seems relatively simple. I'm going to go ahead and do Control C to get out of that and not overwrite anything. So what you're going to want to do is, the first thing you should do is do sudo and then apt update. All right, and the reason you want to do that is you just want to make sure all your files and everything you got are up to date there. All right, and your sudo password, in my case, okay, it's the password for my machine, but it's whatever the password of your login is. So if you're using the netsec or whatever, it's the netsec password. If you're using your own instance, then it's whatever the sudo password is there. I'm going to type that in. And it's basically just going to update all my packages and make sure I have everything I need there. All right. Then the next thing you want to do is do sudo apt-y. This is just to say yes, because it's going to prompt you if you don't say that. So you say -y for yes, and then install. And we're going to do Ghex for a GUI hex editor, which is graphical user interface. It'll make your life so much better, be easier to work with. So you do that. Mine is already installed, so it's just telling me here, hey, you've sort of already got it installed. Why are you trying to install it again? All right, it'll install for you, and then all you have to do from the command line is do ghex. All right, ignore all the warnings and everything that it's going to throw at you. Whoops. Don't do that. I bet you. Let's try this. Let's go over here. If you go to the applications, go to Ghex, you can open it up right there too. You don't have to worry about closing your terminal. If you run it from the terminal and then close the terminal, it'll also close Ghex. So just keep that in mind. So then you can go to open here, and you can find that original file you want. You can open that up, and then you can open up the other two files as well. And then your life becomes a lot easier because you go, here's my first 54 bytes. I'm just going to highlight them with my mouse. You can do Control C to copy, or you can right click and copy. Let me make sure I got that. Control C. Then you go here, highlight those first 54 bytes right about there, and whoops, Control Z. I'm going to paste. There you go. We pasted those. Do the same thing in the next one. Make sure I clicked right there and paste, and we're good. And then you can hit Control S to save both of those, and you'll see they're changing up here already. And go ahead and hit X. Open this up. There's that file, and there is the original. So hopefully this was simple enough for you, and it made a lot of sense. If this isn't clear enough, or you have some specific question about how to do it, just let me know. But I do definitely suggest, I personally like Ghex. just because hexedit's good for the command line, but it can be a little bit of a learning curve and difficult to use, and you can't copy and paste and do stuff like that. So there is definitely a reason to have nice GUI editors like Ghex. All right.